I make $61 an hour, and it is just like a corporate 9-to-5 job. I'm an industrial hygienist, and no, it has nothing to do with teeth or cleaning teeth. It's actually a specialty in occupational health and safety. It's the health part of occupational health and safety. So I help prevent occupational disease. Think of things like asbestos exposure, silica in concrete dust, mold exposure, even things like musculoskeletal injuries like ergonomics and stuff, noise, so hearing loss, certain chemicals you could be exposed to at work, pretty much anything that could make you sick. So I evaluate those exposures and then I suggest or implement controls, things like respirators or Tyvek suits, certain gloves, or other controls like what type of ventilation system do you need to control a certain exposure, or do you need water to suppress the dust that you're generating. It's a great profession for those of you who love science, especially like biology and chemistry. You get to apply it every single day. It's always something new to learn. You make a shit ton of money and they're in high demand. I will be making more videos of how I got where I am today, different avenues you can go to become an industrial hygienist, certain certifications and everything that you may want. Yeah, it's a great job.
What jobs are people doing that they actually enjoy, where they can make a decent salary and enjoy their life and not be depressed all the time? I am so worried. I fucking hate working. Biggest fear is to have a job that I hate for the rest of my life. Like, what fields are you guys working in? What jobs do you actually have that you enjoy? Please let me know, because I'm literally having a crisis.
So let's chat about the industries that are more stable than tech and are also good paying jobs. So let's get into it. The first one that I'm going to chat with you about is going to be a little outside of the thinking box, but this is how you go and find good paying jobs, okay? I cannot promise that these places have remote work, hybrid work. I'm just giving you the knowledge of the stability of the industry. So first up is going to be hospitality, retail, fast food, restaurant industries, especially the ones with the corporate level. So I'm talking about the Starbucks, the Marriott's, the McDonald's, the Pizza Huts. We all think about the neighborhood, or Walgreens. We always think about the neighborhood areas, but we forget that each one of those places have corporate positions and corporate offices that caters to everybody from sales, marketing, human resources, engineering, everything. Okay, next up, we got healthcare and pharmaceuticals. Once again, you want to think about all of these places at a corporate level. You do not have to be in nursing. You do not have to be certified to be in a lot of these roles. Go to the corporate level of these roles and these places, especially in pharmaceuticals. I mean, especially if you're a pharmaceutical rep and sales, top dollar. But remember, all of these places have money and the demand is always going to be high for them. Anywhere from sales to engineering, every person needs a UX designer, administrative assistant, all of those different roles. So pharmaceutical and healthcare is one of the most stable places that you can go as well. Professional services and consulting. Now, a lot of times people think that it's not a safe industry because of the fact that you have to, that the way that the company thrives is that they have to get business from other companies. Well, a lot of companies don't want to bring in a person that they have to do benefits and the whole spiel when you can just contract out with a consulting firm. And consulting firms now are pretty much hiring for experienced hires or new graduates. But the people that are like trying to get into consulting, it might be a little bit harder to break into that. But I would say maybe look into smaller consulting firms instead of going after the big ones like Accenture, KPMG, Deloitte, all of those. Try smaller to get that experience and you'll have a better chance of doing that. Consulting, even at an entry level, starts out at like $90K. So get into it, figure that part out too. Okay, my last spiel is going to be government paying jobs, especially on the contract level. Government paying is good paying and stability. If you go contract, you can definitely get a little bit more bang for your buck. And once again, all of these positions are normally not on LinkedIn. A lot of times you have to go to the company's website or you have to go to the government's website or whatever, or third-party websites that are not the Indeed, LinkedIn's, Glassdoors. You got to do some research because they don't want to post on there because of their overhead costs and they get saturated with a lot of different applications. So think smart about looking for a job and good luck out there, y'all.
Okay, so everybody's saying 60 to 70K is way off for starting salaries. That's what I made when I started back in 2017, but I did work in finance. So let's make this a fun little resource and comment below what your starting salary is and what your job title is and where you live.
If you are in your late 20s or your early 30s and you're unhappy with your career, you don't know what you want to do, you want to pivot, this video is for you. This is part 2 of a compiled list of all of the careers and jobs that people recommend. This is all data that I've taken from the comment section on a viral video where I asked TikTok, what do you do for work? If you want to see that video, it's about 6 to 7 videos down. In no particular order, the first one is pet sitting and dog walking. So many people commented this. It can become really, really lucrative. I was shocked. I never thought pet sitting or dog walking could be full-time, but it can, and some of these people are making close to, if not over, 6 figures. Next is nannying. There were some people commenting on my video saying they made $40 plus for one family. So definitely very lucrative. People say they absolutely love it. And depending on the family, sometimes they will even take you on their vacations to watch the kids. Again, that's kind of like the higher end of the nannying career, but it's possible. Wedding photography can be very lucrative and you have a lot of time freedom during the week. The downside is you do give up a lot of your weekends. Mobile dog grooming business. The amount of people I had comment this was absolutely insane. People were making upwards of 90K after tax and more for dog grooming business. And how you get started in this is working as like a dog washer in a PetSmart or something like that. I'm highly considering this. Next, we have dental hygiene, dental hygienist. It's only about 2 years of schooling. It's in really high demand right now, and starting hourly is like $40 to $70, sometimes more than $70 if you're in places like Washington, New York. You work when you want. A lot of dental hygienists only work about 4 days a week. One downside a lot of people said to dental hygiene though is your body is wrecked. Okay, the ergonomics are so terrible, you're hunched over the whole time. But it's a trade-off. Another one, truck driver. I was so shocked about this. Truck drivers can make upwards of 100K depending on the company, your route, etc., etc. Definitely something to look into if you are more of an introvert, you don't want to talk to people, you just want to listen to podcasts all day. Might be something to consider. And last, we have executive assistant. Work from home options can earn 6 figures, can be fun. If you don't have administrative experience, you would need kind of like an admin assistant or front desk, something like that before you could even get into an executive assistant role, but just something to think about. And there is going to be a part 3 because I have so many more of these, but let me know in the comments what you think about these. Do you have any of these jobs? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you considering switching careers? I'm seriously considering pet sitting, dog walking, and mobile dog grooming business. You might see those things in my future. So like and follow along for part 3.
The best career choice I ever made was going into sales. I was a teacher, I was an on-air news reporter, and then I found the SDR role. And truthfully, at the time, when I applied to be an SDR, I didn't even know what SDR meant. But what I did know was that I was gonna make around 100K OTE, and I did. And the craziest part about it is that the SDR is a entry-level role, but you make great money. In fact, 3 times as much as I made when I was a teacher with a master's degree. And once you're an SDR for a few years or maybe a year, then you can progress into an account executive, an account manager, a CSM, maybe you want to go into field marketing or marketing, anything like that. SDR manager, so many different things. But just know that it's how you get into tech sales. It pays really well and the opportunities are absolutely endless. So don't skip the SDR role. It's your education into sales. It is your year of education or 2 years of education and how you can be a great salesperson in 2-3 years from now. It is your paid for school.
These are the 5 least stressful jobs that make over $100,000 a year. I already did a video on the most stressful jobs, so you can check that out when you're done here, but most of those do not pay very well. According to the U.S. Department of Labor and USA Today, these are all low-stress jobs that all have a median salary of over $100,000 a year. Solar systems engineer is a low-stress career that has a median salary of $104,000 a year and only requires a 4-year degree. Water resource specialist median salary is $144,000 a year, a field that's going to be very needed in the future with dwindling freshwater resources, and it's also one of the least stressful careers out there according to the U.S. Department of Labor. Generally, you do need a graduate degree or higher to be a mathematician, but it's one of the least stressful careers out there, and the median salary is $112,000 a year. Environmental economists are the second least stressful job with a median salary of around $114,000 a year, and the least stressful job in America that makes over $100,000 a year according to the U.S. Department of Labor. Their median salary is $108,000 a year. It's remote sensing scientists.
3 years ago, I was making $55K and I now make $107,000 US dollars. Let me give you some tips and pointers of what got me here. 1, do a career switch. I was in the social work field. I went to school for psychology and quickly realized that the salary for my degree will not get me where I wanted to be in life. So I did a career switch into startup tech, and within 3 years just made it, and now I'm here. 2, at work, make sure every single person knows your name and make sure that you know their name. It makes all a difference to be seen and take up space in a company. I don't care what anybody says. Making sure that you are known and well known in the company and known as a happy, kind, amazing person will take you a lot of places. Don't do that quiet. No. Come in. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, how are you, Dave? Oh, how was your weekend? I know you said you was going to that concert. How was it? These make a difference. Your impact, your impact, your impact. 3, always be a student. I make sure I let it be known. I've done a career switch. I'm a student. I'm still new to all of this. Anything that anyone wants to teach me, please teach me. I literally had a software engineer at my last job trying to teach me how to code. I am open to learning every and anything. Also, though, the flip side of that, I do recommend getting very niche in something. I just feel like it makes you stand out more. But just always be a student and willing to learn whatever it may be. The more that you learn, like, education and knowledge is so powerful, guys. And I feel like there's kind of an attack on like going to college and education and knowledge. And honestly, it gets you very far. Always be a student. Number 4, know your worth, know your value, and be confident. When I was switching careers, one of the things that really got me, besides the traumatic event that happened at my job, if you guys want to know more about that, I can say that. But it was me opening my paycheck after a very strenuous week where I had to use my own Easy Pass money, my own gas money, all this other stuff. And I looked at my paycheck and I'm like, this is not okay. And I'm worth more than this. I add more value into the world than this being the money that I take home every 2 weeks. And I stay true to that. And I think that is a big part why my salary has doubled in only 3 years. Being confident. Honestly, this is number 5. Number 5, being confident, guys. You have to know or start learning how to be able to talk up things when you only know this much about it. Okay, that is one of my skill sets. I can know about 10% of something or a topic or whatever, and I'm able to talk it up in a conversation as if I know everything about the topic. And that is a skill set that you guys really need to build on, okay? Because let's be honest, working in corporate, it will show you that everyone else is also just playing face. So if this white man can do it, why can't I? 5, have a good friendship group around you. I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for my friends encouraging me to leave my career and make a switch, because my parents did not support me at all. At all. They said, this is the biggest mistake. Don't do this. The benefits, blah, 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 all this stuff. But then when I was getting paid trips to London, massages on Friday, and a fully stocked kitchen, oh, Tiana's new job, Tiana's this, blah, 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 all this stuff. I'm telling you, it can be family too. My family is just, unfortunately, a little bit of a hater. But make sure you have good people around you. It makes all the difference when you're trying to make that career switch, or when you feel like that, oh my God, I don't think I'm good enough for this job. Your friends will be there to remind you, T, stop with the imposter syndrome. Get it together. You know you were made to do this and you can do this. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you want to know more about my career switch or anything else, please let me know. I'm very passionate about this. And if I can do it, I'm a regular lady, you can do it.
I make $70,000 a year with no degree at 26 years old, and I will tell you how. I work in finance, okay? I work for a brokerage firm. If you're like me and just college wasn't your thing, you gave it a try and it's just not your thing, consider getting into finance. You do not need a degree. The way to get into finance, you want to start off with the SIE exam, which is the very basic exam that you need to get into the finance industry, okay? SIE exam stands for Securities Industry Essential Exam, the most basic exam to get into finance and start working with the stock market, with investments, with mutual funds, bonds, all that. If you're new to the industry, it's okay. You can learn it, okay? I know someone that was like a firefighter and transitioned into finance with no knowledge. It is possible. You can learn. Just get the study material. The SIE exam, you can take it on your own. It's like $100, I think. And yeah, once you have that license, you can start applying to the big brokerage firms. For example, Charles Schwab, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, Vanguard, Bank of America, Chase, the big banks working on their investment side. Once you have that SIE exam, these people will consider you. Once you get your foot into the door and you get hired by one of those firms, they can sponsor you for more exams and you have more certifications under your belt, but it's definitely recommendable. I love the industry, very beneficial because you can also learn investment knowledge for yourself, which is awesome. So what I do is I am pretty much an assistant for a group of financial advisors. A lot of administrational work, but you do need to have those licenses. For a position like mine, highly recommend. All right, I gotta go. I'm off work already, but follow me for more tips.
Jobs for the girls who want to make money. Jobs for the women who want to make money. Careers that get you the bag, as they say. I'm just going to pick one for today, which is project and program management. 10 out of 10 recommend. I started my career as a project manager and moved into program management. I moved into tech and started making a lot of money. And it's a career that you can either apply those skills and move on. That's what I did. I then moved into customer success and ended up in leadership roles, or it's a career path in and of itself. So you can like continue to grow and grow and grow, especially because a lot of companies are creating PMOs now, project management or program management offices, where you could like lead all of the project or program manager. It's also a role where you like sit at the intersection across a lot of teams. So it's a really awesome opportunity for exposure and networking within a company, which is great for your own growth there, but also a great way to build meaningful relationships that last, throughout your career as well. We're talking well over 6 figures for these roles, especially if you're in tech.
So these are the top 3 trades that I would tell my daughter to go into. Number 1, construction, and eventually construction project management. So even if you get a job as an assistant or a secretary, anything at a construction office, you can learn the business and eventually work your way up to construction project management, which is a great field, and most people make close to 6 figures doing that. Number 2, barber. Girl barbers make bank, okay? You can typically work a 9 to 5. You're not working a ton of evenings like you would be as a normal hairdresser. And you can fit more appointments in than a normal hairdresser. And if you're charging $40 or $50 a cut and you can do 3 or 4 of those an hour, you can make really good money. Number 3 is going to be one that's not as popular, but I've heard amazing things about from every single person I know who does this, and it's radiology tech. Radiology techs actually make great money, and it's a fulfilling job. You're helping people, and it's usually a 9 to 5 as well, so you're not working nights and weekends.